I also read the interview, and I feel what was written in the interview was not something I stand for. I completely stand against that. But also, what happens is in my experience of this industry, anytime I read an interview, I also read what's the name of the journalist. And the journalist who had done that interview does a lot of interviews like that, whose purpose is to create some kind of a controversy. So, you take it with a pinch of salt. So when that certain gentleman's name is attached to the interview, I take it with a pinch of salt and I don't take it seriously. I believe in picking up the phone and speaking to the person directly. And I spoke to Mr. Rakesh Kumar personally. And he is a government servant who's bound by guidelines. They can't go against the guidelines. Right? Internally, whatever his point of view is, right? That is a morality that is all pervading in this country. In the sense, अगर आप decide करने जाओगे, तो अगर he chooses to watch films only with his 5-year-old daughter, then he chooses to watch films with his 5-year-old daughter. If he asks me that I want to show my 5-year-old daughter your film Gangs of Wasseypur, I would say no, please don't show it to her because she would not understand it and she would be disturbed by it. I would say that. But which is where the censor board comes in. It's a certification board, which is where you need to certify movies. You cannot sit on judgment of movies. The thing is, he's saying what he does personally, and he's saying where he's restricted by the guidelines. He's a man who's doing his job. At the same time, yes, if I have a disagreement with him, I'll argue with him. I will not make the kind of a battlefield out of controversial interviews, which I've done in the past, out of my naivety, out of my josh mein rehta tha, and not really understanding the larger implications of the business, and not really holding responsibility for and accountability for the monies being invested and everything. So I've done that a lot in the past. I think that I've realized how things are actually done effectively. I would rather pick up a phone and speak to him, and I spoke to him. And yes, there were disagreements, and we agreed to disagree on many things. And if there is a thing, I fight, and he knows I'm going to fight. But he has his stand. I will not judge the individual. What my fight would be, that why censor board is not an autonomous body? Why should the man heading the censor board be controlled by any kind of a ministry? Why suddenly somebody can stand up and give a directive and they have to follow? Anywhere else in the world, the censor board has an independent, autonomous kind of a status in many progressive countries. The only countries where it's really controlled by the government are these very conservative, backward countries. So my thing is, looking at the way a government treats the censor board, are we saying indirectly that we are a backward country? I don't think we are a backward country. But why does the government behave like one? When I am saying I have a film which is an adult movie, then I am talking about adults, not by age. By definition, adult means people who can make their own choices and deduct their own meanings of things and take their own implications or impact from the movie, and they can deal with it. That is what adult means. But the thing is, we treat adults also like children. उनके fights चलते रहते हैं. उनको क्या होता है ना? See, it is like in the ministry, there's bureaucracy. Any person down the order will have this idea which everybody else thinks is a bright idea. बीच में they had an idea. Let the actor come and say smoking is somebody. They get these strange ideas which they think are very intelligent and bright. They're actually very stupid ideas. The attitude of this country disappoints me because on one front we talk about progress and growth and everything. On the other front, we are going so backward and so ancient. आदि मानव काल में हम जा रहे हैं. आदि काल में आपको समझ नहीं आता आप हो कहाँ? मतलब by the kind of rules they can make and force it on cinema. What they're trying to say is indirectly is like there's no difference between them and all those fundamentalist conservative countries where the government actually controls everything. You make a good film and that's all that matters. You can't control. Some people do control, and my friend like Karan keeps telling me you have to control the environment of a film. I don't know how to do that. I always kind of fight with that choice. I would want to, but it takes a lot out of me. I would rather just move away from it and focus on my next film. And Hasi to Fasi means a lot to us. Vinil is a very good director. Praniti is a great actress. Everybody knows. But for me, it was Siddharth who completely surprised me. Hasi to Fasi I completely enjoyed. I laugh and I cry in watching all kind of movies. There's certain kind of movies I can't make personally. Because, everything has to come out of a conviction. But doesn't mean I don't enjoy them. And I really enjoyed Hasi to Fasi, and I'm very proud of that film. We leave tomorrow. The crew leaves tomorrow for the second schedule. And now we'll finish shooting in April and we'll be back after that.